Hey, welcome to Flite. I'm David, and this is Josh.
Hi.
And today we have a really special guest, Bill Blair from whirlybirdvideo.com.
All the way from, I want to say it right,
Berea, Kentucky.
Berea, Kentucky.
Today we have a huge Hughes 500.
You said that really well.
Well, thank you. I practiced.
It's like he practiced.
Yeah. What size helicopter do you have inside of this thing?
It's a 600, so this is an Align 600.
Nice.
So that means 600 millimeters.
600 millimeter blades.
Nice.
This body, is it a bought kit?
This is a Hughes 500 E model.
Now,
Nice.
what are the challenges with scale heli flying?
Well, you take a really good flying helicopter
Yeah.
and you put weight on it.
Okay, and they don't like that.
Well, it tends to slow down, and it's a totally different thought process of flying too. So 3D is really smack down, really energetic, and scale tends to be a little bit more laid back, slow, smooth movement.
Well, and also, you have helis and stuff, and tail weight is a big issue. You have this huge body now, which means you can't just shove your battery all the way up the front because you have a beautiful cockpit there.
Right.
How do you counteract that?
Well, they generally make the kit to where it's going to let you set a little farther, but I'm still putting my battery as far forward as I can.
Okay.
And with the pilots in there and the seats in there, when they get in there, it'll be perfect.
So you have some pretty cool features in here, like the strobe lights on the bottom and the top. How did you do that?
Well, you buy the kit from MPI, makes a strobe kit, and it's the xenon bulbs, like a flash bulb.
Okay.
So then it's got a little box down here, runs off 6 volts. That's capacitors that charge up and pop.
And you got this crazy thing here. What is that?
Oh yeah, this has the Shockwave sound card from Model Sounds Inc. in it. So that's added the sound to the electric, because we get into this electric and it's quiet.
Lacking.
It's lacking that noise. So
Yeah.
I've tried it in the airplanes, and I wanted to try it in a helicopter. I've had it in my Huey and now in this.
Now, where's your speaker at?
The speakers are mounted in the fuselage, and I ended up pointing those down, drilled the holes out, set those in, and then I tried to do a little bit of painting to camouflage those in.
Nice.
So the scale helicopter,
Yeah.
I see you don't have a straight tail linkage. It's a, what do you call that, a snake tube or?
Flex tube.
Flex tube.
Or a flex rod.
Like in the model airplanes, huh?
So, like in a model airplane, so this is a Sullivan rod. It's actually one of the bigger ones you can get, and it's a composite rod.
Okay.
So it's got some fiberglass, some kind of fiber in there, a little bit stiffer than a golden rod.
Okay.
But the reason why is because of the taper of the tube. You can't run a carbon fiber rod or even a steel rod
In a
down
straight line.
Like a straight line.
But that has to wreak havoc on the tail performance, right?
Yeah, you get a little flex, and that's one reason why you won't see like a lot of scale helicopters really banking and yanking and pulling hard. But this one does pretty good. I mean, you'll see it in the video kind of hunt a little, but it does pretty good.
So I see you're running flybarless head on this. What kind of controller are you running?
I'm running the Align 3GX on here.
And do you like that?
No, not really. I mean, I would like to have had a V-bar in it, but I specifically had this one laying around that I bought really cheap, and I wanted to try it. So it does okay, but it flies different, and it sets up totally different too. So
Oh, yeah?
maybe the setup's a little more sticking in my head, that it's a little more complicated than setting up a V-bar, but it flies okay.
Okay, but not much.
I won't
more.
put another
Okay.
3GX in anything I have, so
Wow, that says a lot.
Just saying.
No,
Just say it.
there's some different configurations. I'm very ignorant with helis. You're talking about direct to swash plate, and can you explain what that is?
Well, I wanted to go with the flybarless head on this, but with a lot of the 3D helicopters are now using a direct-to-swash, or DFC they call it, and it brings your head down and connects your swash directly to your grips.
So you mean, the servo linkage arm goes straight to the head
directly
instead
to
of
the-
having any little arms that deflect?
Right. So this is an EFL style head, which is a couple years old, and unfortunately I can't find the Align, so I had to buy this clone, which worries me a little bit. It looks really good. We're going to fly it for a while, and we'll check it every time and see what we got, but it had good bearings in it, so far I'm impressed with it, and it's half the price of an Align.
Nice.
That I can't find right now.
Yeah,
So
but this brings your head up.
brings my head up.
And you want that because you're going to hit the tail otherwise, right?
Well,
and
I
scale
want
looks.
clearance here, and scale looks. This helicopter is actually the mechanics is setting it at a little bit of an angle.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
No.
But if you'll look, this
Yeah,
head
it is.
And the scale's like that too. Otherwise, your passengers are right in the back and you want to go forward really fast, you have to tilt very far.
Right.
So with doing that, that'll allow you to move forward speed without having to create a lot of angle to go forward.
Ah, cool. Okay, let's go fly.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
anyone that's too young for that, that is the Magnum PI theme song.
Yes. And that's from the helicopter. That's not background music.
Yeah, it's playing from the helicopter. It's
And it sounds really good too.
Sounds good, yeah, it does.
Go!
Well, I have to start the turbine. This
Okay.
is the turbine, so.
And this is all about scale heli. It's not about just whipping up and cutting grass inverted. It's the experience.
Right.
All right, fire up the turbine. That sounds really good.
So that's what the electrics were missing, and now we have it. So we don't have to buy a $6,000 turbine. We can buy that sound system, put the speakers in there, and
And you don't end up smelling like kerosene later,
Right.
right? Love it. Wow. Now it's quite windy and turbulent here. That thing's as steady as a rock.
That really sounds like it's a huge machine.
yeah.
Yeah, from a distance, the actual electric sound is pretty nice. It's pretty authentic, isn't it?
Yeah, the added turbine sound running, blade sounds running, really does sound good right there cutting the air.
Oh, beautiful.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Now, what's your main challenges with scale heli flying? Just not doing anything too quick or too crazy?
Yeah, trying to, especially with that flex tube, watch the tail hunt when I turn.
Yeah.
See right there for just a little,
Yep.
and see the 3GX all jerky on the nose down.
Yeah, and it's really, our spot here is
Yeah,
crazy
it's wicked
turbulent.
back,
It
yeah.
really is. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous.
I'll tell you one thing, you see that in the distance right now on the camera where you can't tell dimensionally where it is, you swear it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. One of the neat things about scale helis is you don't get to only appreciate them when they're flying like 3Ds, but you can also appreciate them when you're sitting still. The scale detail when you walk up to it and look in the cockpit is just amazing. All the switches and dials and once, like I said, the seats come in, boy, it's beautiful.
How does this differ flying a 3D helicopter towards a scale helicopter when you're flying around?
Well, you run a lower head speed, like I said, but I am running a little higher than what most would. But you got to be really smooth on your sticks. If you'll notice my thumb movement, of course you guys can't see, but
Yeah, it's hardly
it's
moving at all.
very little thumb movements to get that rudder to do it, and that's just trying to make it look as smooth as I can.
That is, yeah. It's
I'm amazed how quick this thing can pick up speed, and that's partly said because the whole rotor is tilted forward a little bit.
Yeah, and it's got tons of power. 600 just got a lot of power.
So does it know by the throttle or where the throttle stick is?
Yeah.
What kind of sound it's going to make?
Yeah, it works proportionally to the throttle.
Okay.
So as you advance throttle, it's changing the pitch of the sounds, and that's all set up in some software. And by the, if you just download the sound right off the website.
So it's not like you're just running a noise and loop or anything. It's actually dynamically changing.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy.
And this technology is also available in airplanes, right?
Yeah, I've got this in a Corsair. If you guys haven't seen the Corsair video, so you hear the big radio engine.
Wow.
And of course, if you're old enough to remember reruns of Baba Black Sheep, I have that theme song on there as well.
Now, as far as just in general heli flying, what's some tips for newbies as far as techniques you want to learn first? Would it be
Hover.
Hover.
You got to take off in a hover, and then you have to land in a hover. So yeah,
There you go.
orientations of all hovers, because if you get in trouble, you really can come to a hover, get your orientation, and then start back. So
Nice.
I always say, practice your hover until you're bored absolutely to death, and then practice a little bit more.
Hey, we're gonna bring it for a landing now, huh?
Yeah, do that slowly.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job.
So thank you very much for coming out, Bill. It was
You did an amazing
awesome.
job,
Thanks, man.
I really appreciate
you
it.
guys having
Go
me.
to whirlybirdvideo.com. You do awesome reviews and
do.
helicopter videos and
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
system videos.
So product reviews, and mostly on helicopters, that's the name. But I do airplanes as well. I've been flying forever, so I like everything.
That's
and-
really cool. And we did an interview, a 20-minute interview with you on the podcast. So go check the podcast out. Also go to Google Plus and search for flitetest.com and follow us. And also go to our store where we are going to have some new
We got
stuff.
some new builds, new products coming, and as always with our scratch builds, free plans on the internet and build videos.
So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Let's go put another battery in it.
Yeah.